Thank you, Chair. Chair, we often sit late in this House, late into the evening, and when we do finish our work here, personally I do like to go home and have a few beers, and I look at my iPad. I'm watching the US office at the moment. But invariably, because we get out of here so late, if there's no beers in my fridge, I can't go to the off-licence to get it. Now, are people trying to tell me that if the off-licence was open for an extra half an hour, or even 2 hours, that we'd have a serious drinking problem in this country, or that the serious drinking problem that we have would be worse? Because that's why that law was enacted. 2 years ago, and this relates to what Deputy Buttimer was talking about, I was invited to an event to see a band play. It was the Manic Street Preachers, and Chair, I know you're a fan of them as well. It was a great acoustic set, 12 songs. Over the course of the evening, I had a couple of pints of Guinness. It was Arthur's Day. And this year, people tried to tell me that I couldn't do that again because I couldn't be trusted to drink responsibly, because there'd be a crowd of people down in Temple Bar getting hammered. Well, there's a crowd of people down in Temple Bar getting hammered every night of the week. And let's just say I'm going along to a rugby match. Leinster are playing, let's say it's London Irish, so I've got a pal of mates from London or from Ireland coming back over for the game. And we decide to go to the match, and we have a few pints, and we get drunk. Are people trying to tell me that we got drunk because the word Heineken was printed on the ticket, or because Heineken was on the posts around the rugby posts at the end of the pitch, or even in the pub where we were drinking? We have a problem with our attitude to alcohol in this culture. We do. It's historical and it's cultural. And I think it's addressed best through education and through example, not through policies, though they may be well-intentioned, that aren't based on evidence and that only serve to frustrate responsible and law-abiding citizens. Of course, action must be taken, but it's about the right kind of action. If there's an unhealthy association between sport and alcohol in this country, it's not because of sponsorship. Sponsorship has followed the culture. If there's a problem with young people accessing alcohol in this country, and there is, it's because of our society in general turns a blind eye to it. Our parents, the Gardaí, sports clubs, pubs, local events, myself even. I often have a chat with my younger cousins who are underage about their drinking habits, and we have a laugh about it. So it's the responsibility of all of us and in our attitude to drink and how we perpetuate that through the other generations. And there is a problem with advertising that targets young people, that tries to make an essential link between good times and alcohol. And we see that in particular when it comes to things like alcohol pops and some of the ads that are on TV today, and they shouldn't be allowed because it's irresponsible. I think Deputy Wallace raised an interesting question. Should the state be liable for the health expenses incurred by individuals who are knowingly and willfully abusing alcohol in their daily lives? We can't seem to talk properly about alcohol in this country, still, despite everything that has happened and everything that we know. I thought we saw another demonstration of that during the week when we were discussing Deputy Flanagan's cannabis bill. Because really the context for such a discussion should be about what are acceptable levels of intoxication in our society. And so that discussion has to happen hand in hand with alcohol. Cannabis and alcohol have to be discussed together in that context, and why not? I think Deputy John O'Mahony has done some excellent work, and his committee, in compiling this report and in listening to the different interest groups and debating this. And I think it's very important that they brought it here into the Dáil chamber to debate, because it's a serious issue, and because many people, like including myself, do not sit on that committee and wouldn't have had an opportunity at the time, because we were involved in our own committee work, to contribute to that debate. And so we get that here. And so I do think that's an important part of the reforms that we've brought in. So I do commend Deputy O'Mahony and his committee for the work that they have done. At the same time, I would like to congratulate Minister White for all of the work that he is doing, and particularly around the area of pricing, because that is something that we definitely have to address. And a number of other speakers have alluded to that also. But just to conclude, I support the sensible proposals that have been taken and put forward in this report. Thank you.
Come back to the next speaker.